Well, 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 ladies and gentlemen, if the little Michigan boy racist is at it again. Just when you thought this guy was finally going to get his mouth shut for a little while, he is back at it again. He has won his community strikes violation appeal, and he's back at it again. The rich little Michigan boy probably got his parents involved to threat an attorney because he always has to have his way, and now he's back on YouTube. And talking about what or whom, you may ask? Me, of course. Let's see. Tim Seekins, the retard that cries when he can't afford to eat, checks my page every couple hours to see what I wrote about him. Sorry, loser, unlike you have a kid's wife, career, friends, and hobbies. We can't all sit on the trailer smoking dope and play video games. I didn't get a strike. I have a life. How do you feel about that now? I don't suffer. Get a job. Okay. Retard. Calling me a retard. I do believe this is harassment and bullying, Chief. Definitely gonna have to report it for that. I could say misinformation too, but we'll just leave it at that. And we'll get into that as well too. You have a wife? No, you don't. Post a picture, Chief. Post a picture of that prize trophy wife you got over there, Chief. Let's see her. Come on. Otherwise, I don't believe shit you gotta say. Kids? Where are they? I thought you had a son. You said you had a son like 6 or 7 years ago. You said your 14-year-old son had accomplished more than me in my life that I'd ever accomplished in my life. You said that like 6 or 7 years ago. So now you said you had one kid and now he's like apparently a man now, or came out of the closet and decided to be a little girl for somebody or something. Or, you know, now you're saying you have kids. Which one is it, Chief? Was it one? Was it two? I mean, you keep changing things up here. You know, the stories that you're, this weaving web of lies that you're telling, you keep weaving them around and changing them. Career? Where's your career, man? Why don't you post a picture of yourself, a video, something? Go live. You know what? Go live. Go live when you're at your desk, bro. Go live. Why don't you go clean something up around the... First you said you work at Ventor Capital, then it's Capital Acquisition, so apparently you work in like a bank or something like that at a desk. But now you apparently are cleaning shit up around the garage. What are you, a janitor now? Why don't you go just sweep a floor or something then? Why are you messing with me? We can't all sit in a trailer smoking dope and playing video games. Why do you keep insinuating that's what I'm doing? Why are you saying that I'm not working? You saying that I don't work? Are you saying that I sit here all day and smoke dope and play video games? Is that what you think? God forbid that I sit here and, you know, relax for a couple hours. Is that all right, Chief? I mean, can I chill in my own crib and maybe smoke a joint and relax for a second after a hard day of work? Does that bother you? I don't get you. What makes you think that I wasn't actually working all day today? I didn't get a strike. I have a life. So if you actually were to get a strike for the things that you should get a strike for, that means you don't? What's your logic in that? Do you feel better now? Yeah. I feel great. I feel like so great. I don't have to go around and say demeaning things to others to try to put them down because I feel great about myself, unlike you. I don't suffer. Get a job. I don't believe that, and why don't you get a job? And if you have a job, which I don't believe you do, then prove it. Or shut the fuck up. You know what? Prove that you have a wife. Post that trophy of yours. Prove that some women actually wanted to have kids with you. Post a picture of that freaking homo son of yours. You know what? Hey, retard. Why don't you tell me what verbatim means, huh? Tell me. What does verbatim mean? You tell me. Since since you know everything, right? I thought you knew everything. So you should know what verbatim means. Why are you asking me? You really are retarded. Okay, Michigan boy. Learn how to say garage correctly next time. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, do not hook up. Do not hook up with a man that won't go down on you. Do not let one of his weak seeds crack your egg, because if you do, you will end up with kids like Chief Handler that are obese, never leave their home, never aspire to be anything, and watch others and want to see them fail too. Don't, mess around with guys like that. Lose them quick. What a disaster. What a genetic disaster created by... You know what, Chief Handler? You are a homunculus. And I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and find a job and a life for yourself. But I do challenge you to post that trophy of a wife you have. Please post her. We'd all like to see her. Post your job where you work at. Prove you work. Post the W-2 of your earnings. I want to see that 250K, 275K, or was it 300K? You want to change your mind about that one too, or make up another story? You tell me. Post it. Post the deed of that 3,100 square foot home you owe. Why don't you just post a picture of it? Post the address. What are you so afraid of? Post a picture of the deed. Redact whatever out of there if you're that scared. If you're timid, then just redact your name out of the deed and post it. You ain't got shit. You're a fucking liar. Post the titles of those cars that are in your driveway, the Mercedes-Benz. Post the title of those if they're not your daddy's. Those are your daddy's cars. You're a liar. You ain't got shit to prove. You ain't proving shit, because it's all a fucking lie. It's all a fucking lie, and you know it's a fucking lie. And speaking of this fucking proven shit, why don't you prove that you're actually a fucking veteran, that you actually served? Post your veterans card. Post some type of identification proving that you were in the military. Post the paperwork. Redact the information if you're timid. You know what? No combat veteran, no person that served in the military, combat veteran that fought for our country would act like a freaking coward like you do, and talk the shit that you do, and say the shit that you do about people online, especially like homeless and disabled and vulnerable people. What kind of weak ass little freaking coward like yourself would ever claim? Well, no combat veteran would ever act this way. You're not a man. You're not a man. You're not a warrior. You're none of those things. You're not close to that. Don't even try to act like you're on our level, boy. You don't show your face, or you're afraid to show your face, because you're afraid of what a person like me and what you would have to deal with me right in front of you, motherfucker. You understand me? You are a punk. You're a little punk on the internet that doesn't go anywhere, that still lives with their parents. That's what I'm telling you, because that's what you are. You know what? And if you aren't, then you would prove that you aren't, so that we would know. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Anyways, I'm out. You guys, everybody have a Merry Christmas. I hope you guys have a very blessed day. And I guess we'll continue to see what this guy has to say and take it day by day. All right, we're out. Late.